In this video, I'm going to address Melkezedek again because I'm not satisfied and we need answers. I consider Melkezedek to be a mystery man. Now let's start with what we do know. We know that Melkezedek was a king and a priest of a city called Salem in Canaan. Coincidentally, Salem became the word shalom, which is a greeting of peace. Now, Melkezedek was a priest, and being a priest is a religious designation. So my question is, what religion was Melkezedek? How can you be a priest without a religion? Now, Melkezedek certainly could not be a Jew because Judaism had not been established yet. The Jewish religion started when Moses came down the mountain with the laws. And Melkezedek was way before that. He was at the time of Abraham. In fact, he was the one that blessed Abraham. Abraham, who is the patriarch of the Jewish faith. But the patriarch of the faith, Abraham, was blessed by a priest who had no religion. Does this make any sense? How can you be a priest and serve in no religion? There is no religious organization or institution you serve in. This doesn't make any sense at all. There's no religious organization that can be linked to Melkezedek, who is said to be a priest, which is a religious title. So I would assume he's functioning in that vocation. He's functioning in the capacity of a priest. But a priest of what? So how did you get that title? That's like saying you're the mayor, but of no city. What city are you the mayor of? How can you have a political title if you don't run a municipal city? What city are you the mayor of? Well, I'm just the mayor. How can you have that title if you don't have a city to preside over? So another important question is, why did Abraham allow himself to be blessed by a foreign king? How could he allow that to happen? Why? This is the million-dollar question. Even King David in the Bible would not allow the hedonistic kings to bless him. He wouldn't even take a gift from them. And didn't the Canaanites indulge, well, later on, didn't they indulge in abominable practices? Didn't they do a lot of nasty stuff? Isn't this why God allowed them to be wiped out in the battles with Joshua? So were they not? Could they not be considered a heathen nation? So if King David wouldn't allow himself to receive blessings from no hedonistic king, how did Abraham allow himself to be? Right? So what mystery religion did Melkezedek belong to? And now, whatever it was, could it be the same religion that Jethro might have been involved in as well? You remember Jethro? Because Jethro was another man who was given the title of a priest in the Bible, right? So he was the father-in-law of Moses, if you remember. He was vital to the development of Moses in the Bible. But once again, we have a man who had the title of a priest, but without a religion. And then shortly after, Judaism is established by way of Moses and the Torah. But who really is Melkezedek and Jethro? Both of these men, who are they? They're just two priests in the Bible. Two men that the Bible mentions that were both priests. And Melkezedek was from Canaan and Jethro was from Midian. And for those who don't know, Midian geographically is the northwest peninsula of Arabia. That's where that is located, which is far distance from Canaan, which is today modern day Israel, which is northeast Africa to the right of Egypt. So 2 men, 2 different time periods, both have the same title, but we cannot link a religion to them. But both of these men were instrumental in the lives of 2 prominent figures within the Jewish religion. Abraham, the patriarch of the faith, and Moses, the giver of the law. Both of these men, Melkezedek and Jethro, we need to explore more into where they came from. We need more information about them, since they were so critical and instrumental to the 2 prominent Jewish figures, being Abraham and Moses. And both of these men predate Judaism. They predate it. So you look at the 3 monotheistic traditions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And we know how each religion was formed and when they were formed, the time period that they were formed. And we know that when Moses came down the mountain and gave the law to the children of Israel, that was the inauguration. That was the inception of the Jewish religion. The Jewish faith began at the receiving of the law. At the receiving of the law. So prior to that, Joseph's father-in-law was Jethro. Jethro was the father of Zipporah, the wife of Moses. It was Zipporah that reprimanded her husband Moses for not having their child circumcised at the right time. She told him the advice to have the child circumcised. How did Zipporah know about circumcision? How did the daughter of the Midianite priest Jethro know about circumcision? Was this a practice that the Midianites had before Judaism? So her father, Jethro, is the priest of Midian. How can you be the priest of a geographical location? That's like saying I'm the priest of Toronto. Toronto is a city. And being a priest is a religious designation. It's a religious vocation. So you can't have a religious title that applies to a geographical area. You can have a political title that applies to a geographical area, but certainly not a religious one. There are titles in this world. There's organizations, there's institutions, there's corporate structures, hierarchies. If you're the CEO, or if you're the manager, the supervisor, the vice president, those are titles those are designations that belong to a corporation. If you're an usher boy, a dean, a priest, or a bishop, those are titles that belong to a religious organization. If you're a mayor or a politician of some sort, if you're the president, once again, these are titles that belong to political structures. This world is about titles. So you cannot have a title and not be linked to the structure. You cannot have a title and not be linked to the organization. So today's religious talk is asking the question, what organization or what institution did Melkezedek belong to for him to get the title of priest? And what organization or what institution did Jethro belong to have the same title of a priest? Because these men I consider to be of extreme importance within Scripture. And I believe if we find the answer, it will unlock a lot more things that will help enhance us. Unless, who knows, maybe there were secret societies operating before the creation of established religion as we know it. Maybe there was some mystery religion or cult, who knows? But here's where it gets deep. Jesus Christ is said to be coming from the line or the order of the priesthood of Melkezedek. Now, how much more confusing can that be? That the Christian Messiah is of the same order of Melchizedek. The priest who had no religion, that blessed the forefather Abraham, the patriarch of the Jewish faith, who was in the area of Canaan, which later was said to be a cursed people that were supposed to have been annihilated by the Israelites. And all this is not making any sense. We need to detangle all this. But it's crazy how Jesus, who was a Jew, but the Christian Messiah, because he's certainly not the Jewish Messiah, he's coming in the order of Melchizedek, because he gives bread and wine. Remember the Last Supper? This is my body that will be broken down for you in the symbolism of the bread. This is my blood that will be given for the new covenant, which is the wine. And Melchizedek comes with bread and wine. So these aren't new concepts. So could there be an ancient order of some secret society or some type of unknown priesthood that was operating prior to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam? So this is the question. And this is today's religious talk. Thank you for listening.